Hey, what's going on? It's Sidney and Ansley from the future of this episode at the end. So there was a little bit of a technical difficulty. Our audio device stopped working about 7 minutes in for about 2.5 minutes. There's going to be audio that's pulled from the video camera, so you might hear our kids in the background. Enjoy.
I'm like, that dishwasher's not going to do anything. I'm putting it in there, though.
Yeah. It's like, or sometimes, like a dish, plate after dinner. And it's like, I can't just stick this in here like this. And I rinse it all. I clean it.
Yeah.
I clean the plate and then put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
It's like if I'm man, it's insane. Dishwashers suck. I don't know how. Dishwashers may be the single biggest scam to happen in American appliances.
You have to wash them to put them in.
Like in-home appliances.
Yeah.
Right? Well, again, the microwave, I think, is probably like the biggest scam.
It does stuff, though. You might not like what it does.
The microwave?
Yeah.
No, well, no. Definitely, as far as what it does what it does.
Yeah.
It heats stuff up. It boils water. It does all that stuff. But it's also a radiation box in your home.
Yeah.
Which is, how are we trusting that? How are we trusting that?
Listen, a little broken down plastic in your system.
I don't even know what that means.
Like when you heat things in a plastic container.
I didn't even know that happened.
Mm.
That was so far.
That's not your problem with microwaves?
No, my problem with microwaves is I don't like what they do to food. They ruin food. They ruin the taste of food. It makes it doesn't reheat food in like it's nowhere near the same. It reduces the quality of the food.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, as a person who used to be fat and always aspired to fatness, that never sat well with me. Like I want food in my mouth because it's delicious. Mm-hmm. And if I'm heating something back up, it's because I'm trying to restore it to its original heated quality.
That's why you can never make it as a fat person. You don't get.
They didn't make it as a fat person.
You have to get fat and lazy.
That's a common misconception that I thought Lizzo proved wrong in 20. Do we have to give you a 2019 reorientation? Did 2020 completely make you forget what happened in 2019?
Maybe.
No, because I think fat people are not lazy anymore.
I don't think they are either.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened in 2019.
Yeah.
They were in 2018. They needed to get their shit together.
And then
in 2019, fat people stopped being lazy, which was pretty sick.
Yeah.
I think what you're saying. I think what you're trying to do is you're shitting on my dream of when I dreamed of being a fat person, because you think that laziness had to be involved. When I dreamed of being a fat person, I was taking all of my athleticism with me. I was going to be like that fat dude dominating on the basketball court, backing down way bigger people.
That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of effort.
Yeah, but it's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna hurt.
It hurt. When I was like 270 in Atlanta, playing basketball hurt. Mm-hmm. But you know what you do? You make yourself feel better with food. You need that hurt.
A lot of fast food.
So you need that hurt sometimes, right? Because you associate a lot of things with eating when you're big.
It's a bad cycle.
I mean, it was a good cycle. I didn't like being fat, but it was a good cycle. It was, So, bottom line, I don't like what microwaves do to food, and I also do not trust that they are a radiation box in your home. Madame Curie died of radiation. And she was a radiation scientist. I don't trust it.
Yeah, she died of playing with radon paint.
I'm not going to die playing with Hot Pockets. That's not happening to me.
Okay.
I don't know. Here's one thing I do know for a fact. Every time somebody finds out that I'm 40, they're like, "Oh my God, you look so young." And my answer is always, I don't drink, I don't smoke. But I think the real answer is I don't use a microwave or eat microwave foods.
Have you ever thought of the backlash at someday when these children get sent out in the world and they're like, that's a microwave? What's a microwave?
You think I'm going to send my children out into the world without knowledge of the dangers of a microwave and why we don't have one?
Do they know it right now? If I question your boy, does he know?
I'm curious. I think to some degree he would. I think he's picked that up, that I don't trust him.
I'm curious. When he went to his friend's house that's from England, he said the English mother was like, American hot dogs are much better than English hot dogs.
Yeah.
But he said that she didn't cook her hot dogs as well as we cooked our hot dogs. I want to know if she microwaved her hot dog.
Huh. She could have also boiled them.
Yeah.
Like, I've only given our son fat kid hot dogs. Fried or grilled. That's it.
Because who boils meat? Really?
Goodness gracious. It's just disrespectful to meat.
Why? In
Even
a
if it
pot of
turns
water?
out okay, just don't do it.
Yeah.
God, people eat, like, people, like, I know black people, that's one thing that's really always kind of funny to me, how black people, like, make fun of white people for not seasoning their chicken. I know black people that boil chicken.
Oh, my.
Ugh.
This is taking me back. I forgot we watched that show about the guy that had to get cut out of his house.
Yeah.
And when he was eating healthy, she was boiling his eggs and like taking them out of the water. And I was just like, ew, like, cause it was a lot of eggs. This was his healthy living though. Right. So he was having his poached eggs and she was taking them out. And you know, when you take stuff out with a spoon, like there's still some water on there. So she's putting them on the plate and they're all sliding around like wet pierogies. And I was just like, what is he going to do with all those slimy eggs?
Yeah, you know what he's going to do with all this stuff.
He's not even going to bite them. It's like oysters.
It turns chicken whiter.
Yeah. I believe that.
It looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like ghost chicken. I'm not eating that ghost chicken. Get it out of my face. I don't care what you put it in or
how much barbecue sauce you put on it.
I feel the same way about microwave food. When you look at microwave food, it's like it did that to it. Like when you microwave a hot dog, it basically slow motion explodes.
What about popcorn in a bag? Like something that's made for the microwave.
Again, you still got to pump the radiation into your home to do it. So even if it's something that comes out palatable, it's still not worth the radiation. Okay. And it's like, I love the sound of popcorn hitting a pan, like a pot that it's in. Yeah. Like, ding, 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 ding. When it starts, I don't even eat popcorn. I just like that sound. That's it. So something you said made me, I don't even know why. Oh, it was when you were asking me if Finn would know. So I have a secret to tell you about me and your kids. It's not a secret we were keeping, but it's just we never told you. I never told you. It was never addressed. Yeah. You'll see once I tell you. It's like not something that really comes up a lot, right? Okay. So when me and the kids watch families competing in game shows. Yeah. We always root for the black family. Sorry to drop that to you right here on the podcast like this. Now you got to deal with it with all the people listening or watching, you know? Yeah. I apologize to have done that to you. I probably should have waited until after this episode and dropped it, and then maybe brought it up in another episode, but it had to happen this way.
I'm not convinced that if when they watch a game show with me, they're not going to root for a different family. Like, I want to see if that behavior continues when you're not there.
You think I'm the catalyst? You think I'm the one that's making our kids root for the black family? Yeah, I mean, they definitely feel my enthusiasm when the black family hits the screen. It's palatable because it's like because I have such a visceral energy when the black family hits the screen because it's like, oh my god, better not fuck up. You know, it's like do not be retards. Yeah, that's all. I get real nervous. Yeah, about that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Now I'm going to take note of this and see what families we root for.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that little, what would you call that? A technical difficulty. We apologize.
That was a technical difficulty.
But we're back. We're back. We're still rolling. So, yeah. We will find. That's an experiment that I would love to see take place. I would love to know if Finn and the girls still root for the black family, even when I'm not there.
Yeah.
You know, but I do always try to make it fun loving, right?
Yeah.
I always try to make sure I never put too much pressure on the black family, and like I never speak of them as if they're representing all of blackness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do expect them to be. I mean, I expect them, especially a lot of these family game shows. They have a physical component.
Yeah.
I expect them to shine a little.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you comment on their butt? So you like, look at that black family's butt.
I mean, I don't compartmentalize with color as far as butts are concerned.
And you appreciate a good butt.
Yeah,
if it's a good butt, it's a butt.
But I will draw the attention to the fact that the black family, they all have good butts, or like if one team all has good butts compared to another, like athletic, good athletic butts. Mm-hmm. We're talking mobile butts.
Butts for jumping, climbing,
running. Butts, like good, but they're also, like those Instagram models. If they actually picked up a hobby, they'd probably be really good at it.
They have a hobby.
I mean, if they'd probably be good at rock climbing.
Yeah.
They'd probably be, pretty decent hikers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Good climbers.
One of the Instagram people that I follow, like it's a fitness person, but it's a fitness person that works out in a thong.
Butts.
Yeah.
It's an Instagram fitness butt model.
Yeah. She recently was getting outside of her comfort zone, and she was running a wheelbarrow up a hill, and then she was kicking in a gym, like with I don't know what martial arts, but kicking. She was pretty good at them.
Right? Because because the butt does everything. Mm-hmm. People don't think about that. Butt, very underrated. Very underrated for its functionality. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. So here's something kind of funny to me. I don't even know where to start. There's so much. There's so much to get to.
Much.
As a second ago we had nothing. Now we have so much.
That's how the world is.
It's 2020.
Yeah.
It's 2020. So we'll start here. How I was talking earlier about how James Harden plays for the Rockets is basically ruining the basketball team. You don't have to know. This isn't going to be a sports talk. You don't have to know sports to follow what I'm about to say, right? But here it's a little bit of sports context. James Harden is a superstar in the NBA. He plays for the Houston Rockets, and he keeps having superstars come and play with him and then leave. And it's happening somewhat regularly, right? And he never gets, in the media, he never gets blamed for this. The blame always goes on the superstar that comes and leaves. I don't know how that happens, how he's just skating the blame like he is. But he somehow is, right? So practices started recently. And after the most recent superstar was traded, the first practice, Harden didn't show up to practice. James Harden didn't show up to practice. The night before, he was caught and filmed at a strip club.
Strip club.
Right? Now, I say all that to say this. All of that comes to this right here. Here we go. It really pisses me off that even though strip clubs have a no sweatpants policy.
They all do?
All of them do.
Really? That's a thing?
All of them. That is definitely a thing.
For everybody in there?
For everybody except professional basketball players.
They can wear sweatpants?
Dude, anytime you see a video of an NBA player at a strip club, they're in sweatpants.
Is that because they don't want men walking around with boners, and you can hide them in sweat? Like, why is that rule? Or because they're classy places?
No, it's the boner thing.
The boner thing.
It's the boner thing. It's not necessarily. It's not about like, oh, they get to hide their boners in their sweat, like they get to sneak a boner in. That's not the issue. The issue is that they're not very restrictive of boners. So if you're getting a lap dance, that's on boner. It's a boner dance.
Yeah.
But if you're wearing jeans, you can dance around the jeans are a lot more restrictive as far as
you gotta
protruding
control the penis.
Yeah.
The penis has some.
It's the protrusion. It's the you need. It needs to be shackled.
Yeah,
You need
shackle
to
that penis.
Shackle that dick.
And so nobody's shackling professional NBA's dicks.
No, they're just in there with unshackled dicks, and I don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think that's fair because, I mean, granted, they're probably dropping way more money than I would.
Mm-hmm.
I would go to a strip club and not tip anyone.
Okay. Not popular. You're not going to be popular.
I just want to see, it's like, am I still going to be able to see her naked? Yep.
You're just taking your Instagram feed to real life.
Yeah.
Swipe. I'm done with you. Swipe.
Yeah. Or I'm just like very... I'm basically like somebody that goes like a really cheap person that goes to a horse race for the first time, and like they're there to bet and they take like $30 there to bet, and like every time a horse comes out, they're like looking at the thing. I don't know if I want to bet on this. I don't know if this is gonna be a horse. I'll wait till next race. And I'll decide.
It's too stingy at the strip club.
I'm just like, I don't know if this is the one. This isn't the one. I'm not cheap at a strip. I'm not stingy at a strip club. I'm just waiting for my horse.
You only brought $30.
That could all go to one horse.
I don't know.
That might be a good night. I don't know.
I don't want to judge.
But no, it's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous double standard.
Yeah.
And then, go ahead.
I like. At the same time, you'd think a lot of the ladies wouldn't be against dancing on their boners, right? I mean, as far as... Because the rule's in place to protect the dancers, right?
Yeah. But it's also, you got to keep in mind what element is going to come in sweatpants. And exactly, right? So, first of all...
To come in sweatpants?
All of them are going to come in their sweatpants. That's another reason. Because the lap dances will make the guy come quicker or easier in sweatpants. But so I don't know. It's just, there's some ne'er-do-wells. Some people, and there's also going to be some people that get a lap dance in sweatpants, and she's going to be rubbing up against his nether regions in a way that makes him think that she loves him. Now he's waiting for her in the parking lot.
So you're trying to protect these poor basketball players as well?
Well, no, I'm not.
They're falling in love with a stripper.
They're not immune to it.
Uh-huh.
They're not immune to it. I mean, that would be funny if that was my angle.
Yeah. It's for their own good, man.
Is that they should not be the NBA should be cracking down on this.
I love how right now, people going to a strip club is all of our business because of coronavirus.
Yeah.
You're like, first of all, how strip clubs are open? Like restaurants are closed, but strip clubs are open?
Dude, I mean, if you look at the clip of him being at the strip club,
yeah,
it's like they're throwing money in the air. People are just all over. It looks like normal. Well, I mean, not normal, but I mean, it looks like 2019 in there. That's all I'm saying.
He did say he was for the Houston Rockets, right?
Yeah.
So he's in Texas, and we know
everything's bigger.
Rules are a little different in Texas.
Rules are a little different in Texas. All the strippers carry guns.
Concealed.
Ew, Ansley. Ew, grow up. Grow up.
Be careful with your lap dance, all I'm saying. For their own good.
You better wear jeans. You better wear jeans. You do not want to set off that.
You wonder why everyone's getting shot in the legs in strip clubs?
Yeah, I feel like, I've never tried. I feel like you could probably insert a penis sweatpants penis.
If you tried hard enough, I think you could.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could. I think,
I think we could ask some 13-year-old, 14-year-olds. They've probably done it.
Dude, I think we could ask some NBA basketball players.
We could try it later.
Yeah, like James Harden. Have you ever? Man, all right, we're rolling along. That little technical difficulty didn't stop us.
No,
it didn't stop us.
It only stopped us as much as sweatpants stop an NBA player at a strip club.
We're in there.
Yeah.
We're in there.
We found our way in.
So okay, now this also cracks me up, right? So do you know who David Sedaris is?
No, tell me.
Thank God, I don't either.
Okay.
Apparently, he's big in comedy. I have no idea who this guy is.
Okay.
I think he might have wrote for something. I think he wrote for SNL.
Yeah.
Or like people know him for his writing. I think he wrote books. And, I don't read.
Yeah.
It's like does he do audiobooks? But he's big. Like people know him. People are big fans of his writing. He's a humorist. They're calling him a comedian, but I don't know.
Did he write for like 30 Rock or something?
Possibly.
Yeah.
He did write for some shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember maybe in 2019, maybe way back in the era of 2019.
Nobody can remember 2019, Sidney. What do you remember?
Well, you don't remember 2019. That's why you're over here misstepping. Lizzo is gonna get you.
Yeah.
But no, I remember hearing his name associated with comedy a lot at one point.
Yeah.
I never knew his face or knew that I was seeing his work,
Yeah.
But I just heard his name a lot at one point.
Okay.
So he people hate him right now because he put up this YouTube video of him talking about something that he calls let me see what this citizen dismissal, right?
Okay.
Which is where us, the citizens of the United States, we get to like come together and like fire people, like people who
Did
are
he go
shitty
too
at their
far?
job. He did it in a humorous way. I mean, like again, that was my first time ever seeing David Sedaris do something funny, right? And it was billed as a comedian,
Okay.
so it wasn't what a stand-up comedian expects to see when they see somebody being funny.
But people didn't like it.
People didn't like the sentiment, because again,
Because we're doing it in real life.
well, first of all, David Sedaris, he is a liberal.
Yeah.
From the sound of his voice. Like he's a man. He might be a straight man, but he sounds like a tweak, like a little bitchy, like a tweak pussy,
Okay.
like a little. I don't want to say like a woman, but like it's like he has like that, like a little bit of that sassy black woman effeminateness that white guys can have and not be gay sometimes.
Yeah.
So he's basically talking about how he one time he went to swim in a pool. He went to swim in a pool that wasn't his pool, so he had to pay to swim there. And like he was 3 minutes into a lap, and the lifeguard was like, "Oh, I'm leaving because I got to go home and wash my clothes." And he was like, "You're fired." Like he basically should have been able to fire her for that.
Yeah.
And people were coming at him because he's saying something like this. And then his next example was retail workers. And he's saying something like this during a time when retail workers are being hit the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
He's also just saying in a really sassy white black lady way, do your fucking job.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. All he's saying is do your job, which is what we talked about a couple episodes ago, where there are some people that work like they're trying to keep their job.
Yeah.
And there's some people that work like they don't want their job.
Yeah.
Well, then don't let them have it. I'm not mad at it. It's not, well, there's nothing to be mad at because so clearly it was, and people were taking this very seriously, what he said.
Yeah.
Clearly it was a joke because his next example, he's talking about when he was at a retail store and him and his sister bought some really fancy like plates and bowls, like teacups or something. I don't know. Every word he said in my head, I made it gayer. I couldn't help it.
Those teacups.
Yeah.
So he was buying teacups.
He could have been like, we were in there buying swords. And I'm like, teacups and plates. But teacups, it was teacups. It was like fine china of some kind. And they purchase it. And after they purchase it, the sales clerk is like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't have anything to put that in. Like, I don't have any bubble wrap or bags and stuff. And then his sister goes like, what do you expect me to carry it out? And then the clerk goes, well, they're your items, Which is And he's like, you couldn't even offer to wrap them in your socks and panties. He used the word panties.
Oh, are you sure?
He used the word panties.
Are you sure?
He 100% used the word
Okay.
panties twice.
Twice.
He used the word panties twice.
Okay.
Which is, I just don't know any. I don't know many guys that use the word panties at all. That's all I'm saying. But it's crazy. Like I when I saw that he was like under fire, like people were mad at him, and then I watched it. It's like, this is clearly a joke.
Yeah.
Because then he even goes on to say, like, with the other example, because he does a callback to the other example. Like, maybe if they would have been like, hey, can I'll be able to keep the pool open if you let me wash your clothes, my clothes at your house. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, not a problem. Just let me finish cleaning the socks and panties that I got to give back to a retail worker that was working hard at her job.
Yeah.
In that example, right? And then people are fucking going nuts.
People are too high strung right now.
Way too high strung. Admittedly, not funny.
Yeah.
Right? Admittedly, who the fuck is this guy? But still, like, come on, man.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Take a look at it and move on if you don't enjoy.
If you don't enjoy it, just move on. That's it. You don't need to harp on this. And then what? Like they're like insulting him. This is a guy this is their hero.
Yeah.
Who has fallen in their eyes.
Yeah. Because
he said something that was true.
Yeah. Put an opinion out there.
Yeah, he put a true opinion out there, and he didn't like tiptoe around what he was trying to say. He was direct.
Yeah.
In an indirect. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Man, that's like I think that's what it is right now, though, because remember, like, I got all into that hillbilly eloquy thing, and I was like, and was talking about it, and so it's a movie about people from Appalachia, and it's just a guy's story about his life, and they made a movie out of it, and there's big name people in there, and all I was hearing was about how you were supposed to read other stories about people from Appalachia that were all educational and boring titles about the struggles and challenges of the human beings that have, and you're like, I don't want to read that. I'd rather watch this little, this Lifetime movie about this guy who made it out of Appalachia. You know?
It's fun. It's entertaining. It's hip. They use, it's like easy to watch.
But at the same time, like, so I was listening to all that, and then I think I forget who the older lady who acts in it. It's not Meryl Streep. It's the other old white lady that does stuff. Yeah. And she's like nominated for an Oscar and stuff. So I think it's just that the people that complain about stuff, we make news about it, and we all listen to them, and we need to just stop. We got to stop doing that. Yeah. People that complain are not newsworthy. No, and that's what all our news is right now. So now we think everybody's upset about everything, and we're all like we're too tapped into that. We need to untap. And it's false. It's false. We're not all upset about it. We love each other. We do. I've been saying that for a long time. We all love each other, man. We all find each other hilarious. We do. We do. Like, that's love. Yeah. It's like, come on. What are we doing here? Did you follow the Eric Clapton saga? No. So Van Morrison has been making songs that are like anti-lockdown. Like, one of his songs is like, "Stop the lockdown." It's like a blues song. Like, they're like, who's in charge of this country? Stop overstepping our rights. Like, it's like a blues song and like very direct. Yeah. So Eric Clapton and him made a collaboration, and that's all Eric Clapton said. And I told you, everybody started digging up what Eric Clapton said from the 1970s when it was like they don't even know what they're collaborating on. No, he's making a song with Van. He didn't say, "I'm making a song with him about the pandemic." No, everybody was like, "Oh, it's an anti-lockdown song." Like, they never said that. They could just be like coordinating outfits to get tea. so Eric Clapton's thing is that he wants to make a song about artists struggling right now, and to tell artists that he supports them, and that that he wants live music to come back. All right, thank you, Eric Clapton. And but everybody freaked out and decided they knew what the music was about just because of what Van Morrison was up to in the past. And the song was supposed to be released on December 4th, and it was released, but then it was taken down like a day later, so you can't even see it anymore. And it's just like that whole idea of like, I don't even know what the news is except everybody turned on Eric Clapton real quick.
So it's weird to me that they're turning on him because Van Morrison, they're saying is a douche, right? Like that's their issue. Their issue isn't with Eric Clapton. Their issue is with Van Morrison because he's a douche, right?
Yeah.
So, and again, he just wrote a song about like stop the lockdown, the pandemic. He just has an opinion.
He has an opinion.
He has an opinion. That's all it is.
And he's a musician, and artists are supposed to have opinions. He's like, stop it, government. Like who's like he's
exactly what he's supposed to be doing.
Pushing the boundary.
He's doing his job.
Yeah.
He's doing his job. But here's the thing. Like now that's cancelable. Now being a little bit of a douche or being a dickhead is like cancelable right now. That used to be one of the things that we admired in great men.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not trying to get into conspiracy theorists, but I really feel like all of this is really an attack on masculinity. And in being so, it's an attempt to erode culture. And when the men are no longer in the positions of masculinity, of being a manly man, then the women are now easier to take advantage of, right? And like it or not, right? It gives like having a supportive, strong man in a woman's life, providing they're two heterosexual humans, right, allows like a woman to have less fears and things in the world, right, and therefore can think a little more clearly when making life decisions. Woo! Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Because like there used to be a time when it was like Teddy Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was the Rough Riders one, right?
Yeah.
Like, he was a relatively shitty person for the most part,
mm-hmm.
But we were like, that dude was great.
Yeah.
But and now we try to hold everybody to, how am I trying to say this? Because holding everybody to the highest standard isn't what I'm trying to say, but that's what was trying to come out of my head for a second. But we're trying to punish everybody to the fullest extent of every single misstep,
mm-hmm.
which is insane.
Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to get past you saying.
You gotta get past that. You gotta get past that. You gotta get past that.
I've got a man in my life.
It's true though.
So I don't have to.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true. I mean, listen, we are two sides of the same coin. And that's another thing that like feminism and all this stuff is trying to act like isn't the case. And it is. But if you can erode that idea, then you can cause division. That's all that is. It's just an attempt to cause division. They're trying to split us up. Well, probably not us because we're interracial. They need us.
Yeah.
But they're trying to make it hard for men and women to get along. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to make it seem what they're trying to do is convince women that being a woman is an insult.
Well, how are they trying to convince women of that?
Because if we say like a girl,
mm-hmm.
that's an insult. Like if I say you're acting
right, and that's a stupid place to put your energy in.
Yeah, but I mean, like if I say it to you, not if I say it to a boy, like, are you acting like a girl? Like that that is an actual insult.
Right.
But if I say to you, like you like
I can be insulted if you're like,
right,
or if you just say something like, oh, you're really good at this for a girl, like that's an insult.
Better yet, let me rephrase what I was trying to say. I feel like society is trying to make it seem like the disparity between men and women is an insult to women. Right.
Sure. You can say that.
That's what I'm trying to say. So for just to go to the example of lowering the rim in the WNBA.
I thought you might be going there.
No, I'm not trying to go there, but we're there now,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's an insult. To you say that to a WNBA player, and she takes that as an insult.
Right.
And it's like, it's not an insult. You can't dunk.
Right.
It's like the game sucks. It sucks watching this game this way.
Right.
It would be way more exciting for you and me if they lowered the rim.
I think that's why lacrosse is a good example of that same sport played differently between men and women. Because like the men's sport is a lot more, you're wearing helmets and you're having full body contact and hits. And the women's game is not that way. And, as the sport has evolved, because I think it's a young enough sport, they did things like added a shot clock to it and made some changes so that it was a faster game, and made it the most exciting as a women's sport. They weren't like, oh, let's put helmets on them and have them hit each other, know, which might have been fun to watch too. But they took it their own direction and made it a
way more exciting sport.
Yeah,
and it is. It's fast. It's a way. It's now more exciting than the men's game because it moves at a faster pace.
Yeah, and I feel like all dads who have girls that play lacrosse, they like brag about it a lot because it's like they get to go watch and they enjoy it. Like they literally enjoy it. Yeah,
dude. I was at a lacrosse game with my daughter the other day. By the way, lacrosse not gay anymore. Yeah. So, but you hear about that the first female college football player, the kicker?
Oh, I saw something. I didn't look into it, but I saw this.
It's a crazy thing that's happening there.
That she's a college kicker?
It's not that she's a college kicker, but it's like what they're making it out to be. So her name is I think Sara Fuller.
This isn't the first time we've tried a kicker in football as a female, right?
From what I'm hearing, like she's the first female to ever play in a college football game.
Okay, so she played.
Yeah, she played. Okay. So I guess there may have been another female kicker on the team.
I feel like this pops up every once in a while.
Yeah, I feel like so too. So she actually got in and she did a kickoff.
What college? What level college is this? This isn't D1, is it?
I think it is. I think it was Vanderbilt.
Okay.
I just don't want to be too involved with this story because of the way it was presented to me.
Right.
So I'm like trying to like back away from it as much as possible. But it might be Vanderbilt.
Okay.
And so she gets in, she kicks the ball.
She runs off the field because that's fucking terrifying.
Dude, not even that. It's like, all right, get her off the field. Get her off the fucking field. You know what I mean? The ball is kicked. Like, get the police out there and get her off. Get her a police escort off that field.
Like, I feel like I'm a pretty athletic woman, and I'm like, the thought of that, I'm like, fuck no. Like,
God, just angry missiles running at you.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not fast enough for this.
God damn no. And we know what happens when women get hit in high-speed collisions. They explode on contact.
Glitter, lace flies. You're like, were you even wearing lace underwear? I don't know. It's everywhere. So, no, I completely agree with that. I was thinking that as soon as she kicked the ball, I was like, get her the fuck off the field. Get her off the field. Like, for her and everybody. You're like, that man's going to get charged with assault for hitting her?
For sure. So
well, I think you should charge him with assault. Like, I mean,
kill that man. What he did is wrong. So that man is a menace to society. So she kicks the ball. It goes, they say 30 yards. It went like 25 yards. So here's why I even looked this shit up in the first place. She, for her league, I believe the league was the Power 5 that they play in, and she won an award. She won the Special Teams Player of the Week award.
Well, you got to give her credit. She went out there. She didn't run off the field, right?
I don't know.
She's still alive.
First of all, if she didn't run off the field, that's why she shouldn't win that award. It's like, come on, get out there and play fundamental football as a woman. Kick the ball, get off the field. But I mean, the ridiculous thing about it is like I looked it up a little bit, and then you just start finding more and more shit piles on, and then it's so crazy how algorithms work because I'm like looking at this stuff on Google, and then I go to YouTube. Instantly a Ben Shapiro video with her, like all about her. So apparently there was a guy that actually did monumental shit for football that played for the Florida Gators. He like ran back a punt because special teams is like kickoff, punt return. Yeah. He like ran back like a super long punt return, which was the first punt return touchdown in Florida Gators since like a long time, like the 19s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Right? No, unfortunately, yeah. Since the 19s.
So, but then just because as a woman, she kicked the ball.
I mean, and to be fair, like usually when a kicker is like getting involved in a play, even when it's a guy, you're like, oh God, like this isn't going to be good.
It's
like,
terrifying.
Yeah.
Or it's either terrifying or it's like, oh shit, look at that kicker.
Yeah.
It's like, goodness gracious.
He's trying.
Some kickers, there was one kicker, I forget who it was for. He was like dominating. He was crushing people.
Yeah.
Getting tackles. He was a big guy, But yeah, for the most part, kickers are like women. They explode on contact.
That's why there's rules like you can't touch them. You're roughing the kicker.
Yeah, for sure. You can't, So it's just, it's just. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how she feels, because it's also being kind of contextualized in this way where like this is like a big thing for women, and she's like an icon. Like I don't know if they're saying she's an icon or making her an icon, but it's as if she's an icon, for this current time.
Right.
That's celebrity in 2020.
But where is she gonna go with this? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. The team sucks. The team's like hasn't won a game in like 2 years.
Yeah.
The coach got fired the next day. There's a black coach. That's how bad. That's how bad that team was, and how ridiculous of an idea it was putting that. Like how dangerous it was to put that woman on the field. They fired a black head coach in 2020.
Oh, jeez.
Think about that. She's a white female kicker. And they fired a black head coach the next day. That's like, that should tell you something about reality.
Yeah.
Society, It's like, come on. It just crazy the way we're doing that. It's almost condescending.
Yeah. I guess that's my point about like, where is that going? Because like, we're not trying, like, she didn't break a glass ceiling and now we're like, oh, women can play men's football.
Exactly.
Like, no.
Exactly.
Like,
nothing.
Of all the sports you're going to try to put women in and combine women and men, like, that's not the one.
Literally no. She was involved in literally no football.
Right.
Like, no, like nothing is, like when you think of football and you think of the things that occur in football, she did none of them.
No.
Nobody's like, when they think of football, they're like, oh man, the kickoff is my favorite part. It's like that. Nobody thinks about that. Right? So on top of that, there was another chick, like a black chick a while ago. She named Tony Harris. Listen to this. Listen to this overshineness, right? Because this is way more groundbreaking, in my opinion. Tony Harris, so in February, before all this, in February of this year, I believe, or maybe it was last year, I don't know. Maybe it was 2019, who knows, right? But bottom line is she actually got, because this chick was a walk-on. Sara Fuller was a walk-on from the soccer team.
Okay.
Right? Tony Harris actually signed a letter of intent to go play football with the college football team.
Did she played in high school?
Yeah, I believe so. Because when she ended up like signing that letter of intent, she was already 21, which is as far as I'm concerned, that's fair. It's like it's fair. It's as fair as it can be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but her position was free safety, an actual skill position.
That she like hangs back a little bit and tackles people? Is that what the free safety does? Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think she ever played a game.
Yeah.
But she was actually recruited for a skill position for a college football team. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive if anybody can do that.
Yeah.
And never heard of her. So she just it was just like she just missed the wave somehow.
Yeah, she did.
It's like, man, it was a different time.
Yeah.
It was a pre-COVID.
There was times I feel like we keep coming back to like, I don't know, maybe they're all high school teams, like a girl on a guy's football team.
Yeah, typically.
And we which makes more sense. Like if you have a girl that's, I don't know.
Yeah, but they're typically not playing skill positions either. They're not like on the line. Like maybe in middle school. I saw that like a middle school. I remember that a long while back. There was like a big husky middle school chick playing on the line.
Yeah.
But for the most part, that's not happening.
Yeah. I feel like you could get away with it in high school too, though. If you have a girl that's really fast, she could go out and catch passes.
Yeah, in high school, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Because,
not at like the top level, but like
no.
maybe not in Texas, but you know.
No. I'm in a lot of states where probably like Rhode Island.
Yeah, exactly. The Northeast somewhere.
Yeah. So let me see, where are we at here? Man, I don't really know how much time got messed up.
Yeah.
You know, yet I didn't go back and look at that.
It's 2020 for you.
Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy part, because I think we're gonna probably have to keep some of that, and I'm gonna probably have to pull some sound from the cameras. But what people are going to find out very quickly is that our microphones are mostly keeping the sound of our children out of the background. So it's all of a sudden it's going to be our kids for a little bit in the background. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be me enjoy our kids, because we don't. No, we love our kids, and I think that's. I mean, I had a little bit. I had some more crazy stuff that was going on.
I was like, I don't enjoy these conversations about women doing things that that are like, oh, we got an accomplishment, and it's like, come on, guys, is that really our accomplishment? You know, but I keep thinking about this because, you know, I told you that our college magazine came in today.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it, and there was a page about all the grants, like what are people up to, you know? And there were all these grants, and they were women, they were minorities, and there were grants about the study of the gender and, you know, race and blah, 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 blah. And like, there was one white dude on this page, like all these little pictures, one white dude. I'm like, what's he up to? He is studying dark matter. I was like, I read his grant. I was like, holy cow. Like, 'cause I was like, he's got to be doing something cool.
The magazine should only be about him.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? What do we get those gender race people out of that fucking magazine? Yeah. There's a person from Lafayette studying dark matter.
This is his second grant on it, and both of his grants are over like $100,000.
Dude, he's getting grants to study dark matter.
Yeah. And
you got all these fucking gender race people in there. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Right?
What is wrong with society right now?
I don't know.
What if his study of dark matter actually was a race study?
You're right. I kind of skipped it.
Yeah. Why are Africans so jacked? This is a dark matter to me. I need to know. Guy, man, I wouldn't know why Africans are so jacked.
Yeah, this is on your mind. Huh? You'd be okay with that one, huh?
So jacked.
They make gravel, Sidney, when
Goodness
they're babies.
gracious.
They're out there in diapers like gravel.
That's not false, by the way. That actually happens. That actually happens in Benin.
Well, actually, I misspoke because they don't even wear diapers because they all are like potty trained.
They don't, yeah. That is also insane.
Yeah.
African children are potty trained since birth.
Yeah.
How the fuck?
I don't know.
Why are we just strapping shit bags to our kids and making them run around with itchy butts?
I don't know.
Dude, that has to do something. That does something. That's probably what's making us susceptible to all this fucking brainwashing. It's just wearing like putting Pampers.
Sitting and shit and pee.
That has to make you like kind of adjust what reality is. Like you're sitting in your own shit.
Yeah.
I guess this is life. You know? That's what we tell kids life is. Hey, adjust to this shit. Exist this way until it's comfortable. All right? Make this normal to yourself. That's not normal.
No.
That's not normal.
No.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I just realized that. Man. But you're right. They're all potty trained since birth. They come out potty trained.
Yeah. I don't think they cry. That's another thing I've heard.
No, they work. Every time an African child falls down or gets sad, they work.
And the baby wearing, like all they do is give them a seat. Like these babies cling. Like our babies with their loppy heads and like we're like, no, you can't put them in that baby carrier because their head's not properly supported and it's too big and you can't face them out until they're 6 months old and you can't do that. And their babies are like, I got you, mom.
Dude, when those babies, like when two babies being carried, they walk past each other like Harley Davidsons, they go, what's up? 2 days old, what's up, my man? And if you look at him, you're like, is she carrying that baby or is that baby somehow holding her up? Like, is that baby levitating and holding this woman up?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And it's
And
yeah.
she throws him on her back before she even ties him on. Like, I know, like, as being part of a baby-wearing community at the time, like, there were so many, how do you get the baby on your back and not drop him? And, like, I watch those African ladies. They're like, here, grab my back, baby.
Yeah.
And then they tie, like, that's how they do it.
Ansley, I think what we've just proven is that we should get a grant and study in dark matter. It should be our grant. That's our grant.
I thought you were going to say we should go to Africa and have a baby. Like a real baby.
Like a real baby.
Like, we're over there. It'll just happen, right?
Let's raise it right. Come. It's like you just have a baby and hand it a hammer and see what it does. Oh my God. Now we got these fucking useless American babies.
We do.
These shit wearing American babies. You throw them on your back, they slide right off. They got no grip. American babies got no grip strength. Oh my goodness gracious.
Can you imagine African baby? You know the thing, the toy, at the playground, the thing where they grab on, you spin it around. Imagine African babies on that. You'd have like one on each ring, and you could spin it so fast, and they'd just be like horizontal, like.
Oh yeah, horizontal African babies. That old chestnut. Oh my goodness gracious.
You think African babies know how to swing?
Swing? Is it because one of our kids can't? Because one of our 5-year-olds can't quite figure out swinging yet.
I don't know. I've never seen a swing in Africa.
Huh. I've been watching a lot of documentaries about Africa recently, and I don't think I've seen a swing in Africa.
I don't think they have time to swing.
Yeah. This camera's still good.
Okay.
Yeah, we're having all these technical difficulties.
We need an African baby to fix this shit now.
We need an African baby producer.
Yeah.
Just like over there, just jacked, wearing church shoes. I need to do a sound check. Actually, in the Congo, no, it's just we need an African baby producer. Man, oh wow, this episode is sponsored by Sick Butts. Sick Butts. African sick. I mean, well, you know, and nose breathing. By the way, this podcast is now sponsored by Sick Butts and nose breathing. Just keep an eye out for that. I think we gotta end this. We gotta end this. I think we're flying too close to the sun right now.
So you're not allowed to talk about African babies.
Not as much as we just did. I think we were just under the limit. I think we were like one more African baby. It was curtains for us. So we're going to rip these shout outs right now. Shout out to Mike Butler, Mike Levy, Liz Bott, Doc, Kevin Stevens, Julian from Canada, and his wife, Meg.says.so. Check her out on Instagram. She's a seamstress. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. She's a seamstress, and she also does a podcast about sewing called Sew and Tell. A very interesting character. Very talented seamstress, by the way. She makes clothes. Does a seamstress make clothes?
I think so.
She's like a designer, too. Is the seamstress also a designer?
She's an artist.
A seamstress is an artist?
I don't know.
But she is. Meg is.
Yeah.
Meg is
I was trying to give you a
she's like a fabric artist. A textile artist.
That sounds good.
Yeah? Okay, cool. We'll work on that. Kevin Lau, Mary Jo Butterly, what up? Nicole, Rod, Janelle, Courtney, Rick McCauley, Andrew Pace, Keith Butts, Kyle Hancock, Erica Daniels, Levi Mercer, Justin Masabi, Ezekiel Logan, Ryan, Roger Down, Joe, Rob, Joe Francis and his girlfriend's company, Saved by the Wreath, TJ James. Get all of your wreath needs taken care of by Saved by the Wreath, also sponsored by Sick Butts.
She's a wreath artist.
She's a wreath artist. Yeah. That was easy.
Yeah.
You don't know another word for wreath.
She's a circle artist.
Ornament artist?
Ornament artist.
We'll work on that.
Decorator artist.
This old guy, I don't remember who you are. Probably some sort of artist. Chris Bruno, Kevin McGran, Graham Hoffman, Chris Tucker, Derek Towson, Sean Dowdy, what up? Again, he likes the lettering.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Good call,
we've been
Sean
doing.
Dowdy.
Yeah, he likes the fact that it like matches our clothes. He picked that up, which is pretty cool. So, Guy Patterson, Brian Bachner, Toscani Rodriguez, and our newest addition to the shout out list, our man, one of our patrons who reached out, Sean. By the way, he reached out as just Sean, and because when he originally reached out, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna give you a shout out. And then I asked him, like, what name do you want to be shouted out? And he was like, Sean. And he made a joke about being called the Boner King.
Yeah. You get it.
Sean the Boner King, ladies and gentlemen. Our newest shout out, Sean the Boner King. And you're listening to Melissa Val Kingdom and her band, Circadian Clock. Go check them out on Spotify. You guys, we love you so much. Thank you so much for listening. Check out our Patreon, subscribe, do all the stuff you're supposed to do with podcasts. We love you so much.
See ya.